Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East, where I'm playing against Co-Chopper, my opponent in this multiplayer game. I've dealt with the majority of the north and the center, so we have the... Well, we already did a part of the south actually, but we still have some of the south to deal with. I am leaving this one here because I don't really have infantry to go and deal with it properly, unfortunately. So that's a thing. So let's turn down the sound. All right, here we go. Yeah, so cannot get there. No, I can't. All right. Well, I do need to fix up the railroad, especially here. So I will be moving at the very least over here, so that all those hexes will succeed to me, because it'll be quite bad if I can't even manage that. And I do want those hexes too, and basically it'll be fine. Anyway, my opponent has put some things in the way, but actually I want to move two ways. One here and then one further ahead still. Interesting, my opponent still has a unit there. These are all brigades. Well, let's start here. Okay. I'm not gonna move that much further then, because they have not done any encircling yet. Let's get started here. Okay. Now, if I start moving down here, I mean, ideally I'll find a way to encircle everything without necessarily engaging too many enemy units. I do want to capture this mechanized, because I think that's probably worth it. And I can get quite a few units around it relatively easily, I think. But I would have to take a look. Now, it would have been great if I would have been able to do all that with just cavalry. Yeah, so... let's just get started here then. I'm actually quite curious also how that works with the planes here, because air losses. Those are, two of them are Romanians, one of them is German. I actually wonder how many Romanian planes I am producing. 3 a turn. Most of those are apparently Romanian BF-109s. One Romanian fighter group that has that. You cannot even move. But having cleared the road there, is pretty good. "22 planes, huh? E7. That's these. How did I lose so many? All of them are from air to air. Dang. Okay. I am pretty much shredding the Romanian Air Force here to kill a few Russian planes, which is pretty rough, I have to say. Right. Losing the Romanian planes in that sense is, I guess, somewhat fine, but not really. They can't really go all that far. The should have stopped there. I don't have any unit that can get into Kishinev by itself immediately. And that's a bit of a problem. Does it even... Oh yeah, it does have the Axis Allied planes there as well, huh? Okay. Well, never mind that then. Seems like I was mistaken. If I move here, I should be able to move another hex. And then just go here. I really also want to just capture that cavalry. I have a sensation though that there is a unit there. Yeah, there is. Okay, good to know. Alright, back. Took a little break. Unexpected break, that is, but that's fine. Yeah, let's go. Get those guys out of here. Wow, really? Getting across takes too much. The thing is, I'd like to encircle both of those, but on the other hand, let's start doing this first. It's a bit of a disaster trying to do it like this, but alright, I'll just route these. Which I'll do with these two. I know it's sucky because then I'm not encircling them, but they are now here, I guess, and that might allow me to cut them off again. Right, and getting Kishinev and getting a rail line there I think is important for starting the siege of Odessa, because it will allow me to get some important planes there rather quickly. And yeah, then I can clear that out now. They have a unit at least on here, which I can't really do anything about at the moment. They will likely rout. Nice damage there. We'll certainly keep those 2 units there, and once I've moved you up, I'll split these guys to make sure that he also does not get there. Basically, he cannot get in here, but at least I can prevent this unit from moving in there, and I'll do the same down here. These guys will not be able to get too far either way, I think. Even if, yeah, I don't want them to cut the rail line, that's rather the problem. Yeah, they're rather trapped here already, so it should be fine. Okay. They have another cavalry there. Can't really reach that cavalry though. What I'll do is I'll move in here and then down. Now, if my opponent wants to move down with the cavalry and break out there, I actually don't mind. I actually think that will be great for me because then I can encircle the cavalry too. And now it can still escape, so... that is rather a thing. My opponent has a unit here too, because of the way the movement is looking. Clearly. So let's rout the cavalry and be done with that. Okay. Interesting indeed. My opponent is putting a lot of forward defense here. Which is interesting for sure. But what I then need to do if my opponent wants to get these units encircled is I need to go around it. I need to cut it off at both Vinnitsa and at this hex in order to make sure that nothing can get through there. There we go. Now, ideally, I will not actually move them. Huh. I have to say, I haven't seen that one before. Well, that's fine. Because it changes my plans a little bit here. If my opponent is having a 4 defense, I'd rather also need to deal with that in quick succession here. Oh, now he's bringing in planes. Huh. Well, it's just 4 down. Basically, I need to start, like, over time, I need to whittle the amount of Air Force down here. Alright. It wouldn't surprise me if you have units, he has units around that area too then. Where is the Rumanian Armies? Here. The thing that I like here about moving these guys is that actually I get to see where my opponent's units are. So if my opponent decides to get these guys in here, I get to at least through this take a look as to how he's organized his defense. And it seems to me that I can go about it. You see, if I don't dislocate them, in the long run, it benefits me. Because I get to encircle them, but doesn't look like it's gonna work out here. Especially since I need to move the... .76. The thing is that if they did not have a unit in Beltse, I would have gotten this X, so... Need to move in here. Just attack. Minus 12 planes. Really? Pisadel 11F. They are making none of them. They're very old planes, I guess. January 40, huh? 24E. I have 44 of them in the pool, but... Oh, wow. Just need them to build these, but they only make 1 a week. It's a bit of a disaster. Bulgaria's just doing that. I'm really just surprised that they are making 15 Panzer 38T chassis every week. It's actually quite a bit. I need to put all of the aircraft changes to manual, actually, and I'm thinking about it. That does seem the correct approach, indeed. Okay. Split up. One part here. Naturally, you need to make sure that they will not escape. And I'll do it like that. I'll just leave those, but I will go and take this hex. The more of this rail I can convert quickly, the faster I can convert it. I won't get up the hill here quickly anyway, but it will be turn 2 will be this, this, and this probably, then turn 3, and then maybe by turn 4 I'll be in Kishinev. Maybe. And then I can actually keep these two here, because if I assume that they're not gonna be able to break out, I can actually move in here, which does rather make me question in how far I can actually move on. Okay. I could use this entire armor just to get a few of these units, but question then is, how much, or is that really worth it? I cannot get infantry into Proskurov, which means I'll probably just have to get these guys back. At least split them up in parts. Thing is though, they did not just take the hex. So I wonder if there is something there. No, but there is something up here. Well, it's a powerful unit. I'll give it that. The thing is that I could technically split them up and move some parts back. These guys are really weak, but the units in here do have to move quite a lot. I need to attack them though. What I can do here is I'll just add those two. Yeah, I'll move them in here to make sure these guys move that side of to that side of the pocket. Okay, they're routed, but that's a good route either way. Definitely the direction that I wanted them to go. Okay. The other thing is that my opponent has left Vinnitsa empty. Fine. Let's split them up. One part here, because I don't want to just go and give up the city. Excellent, excellent, excellent. If I move these into this hex, then that also means these guys should move a bit further. And yeah, this is better. Move you to Mogilev Podolsky. Here, here, here. I'm not moving too much with them. These guys are very, very weak. And I can actually see these guys break out on the next turn. But it's not that important. The important thing is that this is cut off again, and whatever extra units my opponent decided to go and put in there will then be encircled. Right, so let's see what can be done with the rest of the units. Did I already put a depot on Zolochev? Guess I should. Put first man on Tarnopol. And to be fair, I don't want to do much stuff here now, in a sense, because, well, I'm gonna make all of these surrender, so, or at least as many of them as possible. And already at 89, huh? Well, let's move you here and put them on refit for a turn, because what are they missing then? Infantry anti-tank. Is that this? I guess so. Yeah, why not? It is quite important though that they do not actually cut the rail line, so I do want to deal with that too. Should I put them... Yeah, I'll think about that later. There are some units here that could move. Let's see. Let's just rest the light division on Lvov and also put on refit. They are quite tired, so I do think having them rest a turn or two will probably do quite well. Okay. Now, going up through here, it's not ideal. If these are motorized units, I would not mind attacking. But now, that's a bit different. Let's move through here first. And you already can no longer do a heavy attack. Can do that with a weak attack. I lost 3 tanks, but that's okay. What I want is I want to clear this road. Seems like Zhitomir is empty. So let's take that. Okay, I feel one more encirclement incoming. And the nice thing about creating another encirclement here, if I can at least, is that some of these rescue units will be unable to do that. There is this rifle division, which I'm actually a bit scared of. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. If I go here, take this. How far can you go? Up till here. That actually saves me quite a bit of trouble for them. Split up. And move one piece over here. Okay. So it's not too bad. It's a bit of a shame I didn't actually reach Luminets, but nothing to do about it. And to be quite honest, I don't really want to move away from Zhitomir. I actually find that getting Zhitomir and Vinnitsa now are probably fine. My opponent very quickly will no longer be able to pour new units into this conflict because it doesn't benefit my opponent to actually do so. There is no gain for him. And like he could do it, but it matters not. So what I'll do is split these up too. One part here. Here. And here. Split you up. Really? What? So, as a unit, they can go in there, but then if I split them up, they cannot go in there. How does that even work? Alright, well, I have a different solution then. And now put them here like this. To also make things a bit more difficult for my opponent there. And I guess roughly that's going to be the second turn. It's a bit hard to see now, of course, because a lot of territory is in mine, but let us start by reorganizing. I'm not sure whether I already did this. I probably did not, no. Okay. Let's take a look. So in terms of moving, let's take a look at Western Europe. So Western Europe, a lot of stuff is gonna go, a lot of artillery is gonna go there. Italy, next turn, we'll see them getting also a security division, weirdly enough. I'll have to deal with that, but a bunch of stuff goes to Italy too. North Africa, starting from turn 4. Not that much, but the thing is did I already get any negative penalties? Not yet. Africa is at 82. The units are at full strength. I have 2.72 too much in Italy. What am I at now? 54.72. So I sent about 1.4 because it was 54.72. Yeah, it's 1.3. Send about 2.6 to Africa here. Then we put Africa at 59. Coupled with this, probably actually does not get them up to where you want it to. But I do have 6 extra here. I could send the 214th over to Africa. Next turn I'll get this as reinforcements. Some Finnish troops as reinforcement, but nothing specific. How much is one of these? 582. So it's likely more than 6 actually. One thing I could do is send the separate infantry units at least. I mean, sending the Oslo unit is a bit weird. But let's send the 388th Grenadier Separate Infantry Regiment. What, does it disband or something? No. Send that to North Africa too. And let's send a 333rd Bicycle Infantry Battalion. to North Africa too, which gets another, say, 2 like in Africa without disrupting Norway too much. They still have 4 in surplus. Some of those static divisions will have to go to the garrison, but I'll wait a bit. Now, one thing I can do is I can see if I can send some patrol over to the reserves. .476, because patrol is actually 5% of ground, but I have way too much in that regard. So currently it only takes this down. 104 currently. Let's see if I have a small one. These. Ah, come on, really? There's just 5 planes. Poop. Well, bomber is 40%. And here I have too many bombers. So if I send some level bombers over to Norway. Oh no, poop, I already have too many. It's a real shame you cannot undo this, because you'd really want to, because I cannot see how much you actually lose by sending one of those naval units. Man, that's a bunch of poop. Okay. And I actually have a good amount of bombers here, so... Yeah, okay. Well, that sucks. Guess I shouldn't have done that. That is about it, though. I can't send any planes away here, because I'm at 109, but what am I going to do? Am I going to send away more fighters? I can't really. Could take some flag high, but I can actually technically get more, so I would then have to remove some fighter or something, which I can't. Italy has 1.96 too much air in terms of fighters. Cannot move them. You have 101. 89. And I cannot send any other fighters. Do I have any reinforcements in terms of air? Very late, so I currently don't have any, which means that in terms of fighters, etc., unless I get more fighters into the pool, I would have to get them to other places. Now, to be honest, I'd rather have too little air over here than in Africa, so I actually do want to have a total of 3 air sent to Africa here, so at least they fill that up. The same technically applies to naval, so you actually have too much artillery. I'll take some out. Bomber is at 8.52. It's also too much. But I cannot take those out. And I can't take out any artillery despite it being way too much here currently. Yeah, so I need to send on air, like say fighter, 53.9. I need 3.5, so I need to get this to 50. Because I'm not getting anything, right? There. KG 40. This is patrol, so no fighters. Let's send Yagashweda 1 to North Africa. And leave it at this. I know I'm at 59 now. But that way at least I can get Africa up to 100. I really need it there. So a bit tricky, but I think that should work out. Okay. Reorganization. Let's get rid of this. And the roads, and these, and combat delays. So I have the best view. Now, with the Romanian forces, I actually want to put... actually, let's wait a bit here. I want to put all the support units into one army. So what I'll do is get all support units in Romanian High Command first, and from Romanian High Command I will then send them down. Or I can put them in their Army Group Antonescu, that's fine too. Army Group Antonescu. That's over here. Yeah. Here we are. And the reason why I want to do this is I want to separate the artillery and the pioneers. And I want to give those to the grouping that will assault Odessa. Especially in terms of artillery, I really need that. The battalion will only be a support unit. Army Group Antonescu. Everything here will also go under Army Group Antonescu if I can. Yeah. This mixed flag battalion is a German unit. Let's put it around the OKH. Antonescu. Okay. That's these. 3rd Romanian. There. And I will have 2 armies as well. Cavalry brigade, huh? Well, brigade will actually be able to move. They don't have that many support units, so. It's also not that bad. And there we go. That's also what you did. Then I still have the 2nd Romanian Corps. The moving of support units is certainly something that does take up quite a bit of time. The same counts for the reorganization. I'm quite sure that the 5th Romanian Corps is the best one because he has a 3-5 general. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't really do anything there. 5th. Oh, they have that army, huh? Or that unit. Well, you can go under the 5th too. So there's that. Next. All of these guys are part of this corps, which I actually do not want. Army Group Antonescu, Army Group Antonescu. 11th Army should be part of Army Group South. And we'll switch things up a bit here because I want as many Romanians under the Romanian command. This Romanian division is not any different from the other ones, so it's a bit silly. But oh well. 7 and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Fourth Romanian Army is at 24. Yeah, it's under the 4th Romanian, huh? Now, these guys can only take 1 support unit, which is not that beneficial. They're all in range. So you can stay at Foxani. And now we get to move on. So this is the Mountain Romanian Corps. I kind of want to keep these guys here. Just like that. And you're at 5 now. How good is the Mountain Romanian Corps 2? That's a 2 and 4. Reserve 4 and 5. So the Cavalry Romanian Corps should also be as full as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Has to go all the way here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, I can get those. But for now, Cavalry Romanian Corps could take these guys on the side. Did I mess it up? Oh no, the Cavalry Romanian Corps is just under other management. It should be under 3rd Romanian Army. And also give these to Army Group Antonescu. And now the 11th Army is already no longer overburdened, so that's great. Cavalry Romanian Corps is fixed. You're also okay currently, so that's good. Then you should be under the Mountain Romanian Corps. Getting them to 9. And then I have some units for 30th. Even these guys can stay there, but if I look at the depots, that's okay. What I'm actually gonna do is this, because I also don't want them to cross the river and get nasty. So that seems to me to be a pretty approachable way to go. And then I'll put these guys under the 4th Romanian. Army Group Antonescu is fine, and all those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get you input to Botosani. You in here, because getting them into those kind of hexes will also help a bit. Then the Corps here, 45th. I actually want to give the 45th 2 of those pioneers. And 3 construction units. And the Stuks. And from there, did I just put you on their 30th? Ah, crap. The 30th Corps has Hans von Samuth, which is a 4-6. And this is a 3-7. Ah, crap. So I need to actually put them under the 11th. Which also removes everything from the 30th Corps. I'm actually gonna get the units from 30th Corps under the 11th. Actually, how much artillery does the 11th have? 2 already. Panzerjäger Pioneer. Let's give it to the, not the 11th Romanian, but just the 11th Corps. How many construction units do they have? 0. And they have 3, so the 2 units both have 2 artillery now, which is kind of what I want. We'll give them more pioneers though over time, but let's get this into the OKH for now. I will leave 30th Corps then for the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll put 22nd Air Landing under something different afterwards. One thing I want to do is I want to put a depot here. Pretty much I want to try and have units always be in range of a depot within 3 hexes. Because then they don't use any trucks but horse wagons. If I can, which it means that, for example, I can 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I don't have to put one in the middle. Yeah. And depots can be placed anywhere. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is too far technically already, but I'm not gonna go absolutely crazy on this stuff. I'll just try to do it as much as possible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, over here. There are units that are gonna keep moving. How is this army? 31. I want to keep 1st Panzer Group filled as much as possible. Because... Oh, If I do that, then most units can benefit from the assault status. Third motorized should not be having that one under its control. Putting it to 8, and then it can take Das Reich. Third motorized. And then I'll also put in 46th Panzer Group, or motorized corps. And 46 motorized, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking for a unit that can actually move onto this hex. But I have a sensation there ain't none. Certainly a problem indeed. Given that the enemy units are not encircled now, I need to make sure that, in a sense, the road is blocked. Because I cannot allow my opponent got 91st Infantry at Krakow, huh? The ability to move onto that rail line. No matter how weak these units are, well, I don't think my opponent's going to attack very severely, but that's the same distance, but these guys are weaker. So moving the 125th forward is probably more useful. It is a bit tricky. Technically, can no longer split any units. You cannot move. I mean, it's really just about getting units here now. Doesn't have to be much. As long as it's something. And this, for example, actually, that's a bunch of poop. I guess this will slow me down again. Even though I straight up don't have anything to take that down. At how many? So it's 1.832. And you're now 29, which doesn't have to be too bad. However, one, two, three, four, five. And what I can do is I can get these guys on the 29th. I'll put all of these under the 51st. Under Army Group South for the moment. Next, I'll put a depot here. Like I said, anything to save trucks, really. I'll probably remove all of this even now just to create some trucks. Well, 27 out of 27. Don't like moving through here all that much, but it's not that bad. At least not doing it this way. It's not in supply then for now, but it's not a deal breaker. Okay. Now, I'll be moving these ahead, but I want to use only administrative movements And then I'm also gonna keep resting them for the moment. They don't really need to go anywhere specifically. So there is no rush to get these units forward. Basically, I can take it easy on them. 24, eh? Well, I'm quite sure that this doesn't cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The thing that I want to do here is move you down and get the 1st Panzer Group on this, because that makes it work a lot better. Can still get one more unit on it. 29th Corps. Can you get me in range? 2, 3, 4. No, you can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. If I move you in here, I guess they'd be in range. I do think this is better though, because I really don't want my HQs to be misplaced. Okay. That's that. And Mountain Corps. There's the 4th Corps. Where's the other HQ? Don't have just 2. Oh, this is Slovakian only. Wow. Okay. I guess I will have to overburden those then. And put you under the 4th. It's not that big of a deal. Once I get some of these units back together after next turn, we'll be fine again. This is the furthest, and it's actually 14 hexes away. But I do want to have an army on the depot, so let's put it here. And that would be it. It does have a lot of construction units. Let's take a look. You already have 3. Also already have 3. And then if the army has 4, I'm going to send 1 into the OKH. Also a lot of flak. I want these to go into the 11th army. If I have more than 1 pioneer in a unit, I'll get away. 39th, 49th. Fourth also only has a 1. Also, specialist units like the Panzer battalions. I'll send them to OKH for the moment because I don't need them in a unit like this. You're empty, which is fine because he has infantry 3, which is insane. Insanely poor, that is. What is his administrative? Admin 5, also not amazing. Next up, the 6th Army, which can take one more unit. Like these, but I would have to see. This HQ is doing just fine. These are also just fine. I can actually move the light division now, but I can't refit, so which other unit can I put? The units will be overburdened, but I'll be getting them together, and then I will not be. So the 44th. Will be overburdened by 1, but that's okay. Kurt from Briesnay. Oh. Okay, whoops. The more axes like this I take now, the faster I can also start doing things. And none of these enemy units is shattered yet anyhow. Or something similar, so. Yep. Carpathian Hungarian Army, eh? Maybe I should just put these under Hungarian High Command. I cannot move any of the support units. I think. No. They are not on a depot. Let's move them in here. Might as well move those guys now. Army Group South is overburdened, sadly. I'll just move these up to the crossing, and again I will let them only do administrative movement so they don't get too wearied out. And I have some reasonably fresh troops in reserve there. That's fine. I do also need to take a look at this. They have some construction battalions. Let's look at 17th. It has 4. 6th Army has a lot more. I need to take a look at these. You have 3. LV Corps has nothing. Sometimes I just call it LV. Okay, they're too far away for me to distribute. Let's move 16th Army in here. Or 6th Army. LV 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Seems like 6th Army. Alright, so the 44th also needs one. One artillery, 3 artillery. Alright, I need 3 artillery from the OKH into the 16th Army. Where is the OKH? Sixteenth, 1, 2, 3. And I can redistribute those on the next turn, but that's pretty much what they need. They now all have 2 AA. No, 44th, that's only 1. And 17th has only 1, if I can even put it there. Yeah, that leaves them with 2 flak, which I can send to OKH for now. And I also want 1 more construction unit. Sent the 16th. First Panzer Group might be a bit more work. 42nd Motorized has nothing, so I need 46th needs at least 3 artillery. One, 2, 3. 46th also has no construction units. But 1st Panzer Group also doesn't have them. Okay, I want to have 4 flak in every motorized corps at the very least, so let's send it at least to the 46th, 3 of them. If I can. Oh, 47th. It is 46th and 3rd motorized. I see neither of those show up. Let's try it now. Still not. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 3rd motorized also has only 1. Two, 3. Next is the 48th motorized. Which could also use 1 more. Third motorized is 1 pioneer. 46th has none. This 48th needs another motorized. Or another construction unit, so I'll send 1 more. To First Panzer Group. How many pioneers does 11th Army have now? 2 extra. I want 2 more for the 11th Army. And I want the siege mortars also to go to 11th. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and 4. Alright, once again I'm going to take a quick break because reorganizing my support units will take a while. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll meet you on the other side.